guys, what's up? It's Dan here. Welcome to another episode of Dan's Thoughts. Very unique one, and I'm really excited about it. As you guys know, I've been mentioning it. I mentioned it a little bit, well, yesterday, I guess. I went to the live performance of WWE Raw tonight. I just got back a little while ago, and I wanted to share my thoughts on it, what I thought of it, because this was my first ever live Raw, or not just Raw, but any sort of WWE event. Now, I was gonna go to one in 2007 for SmackDown when they came here, but what happened was that was during the time that Chris Benoit went on that I guess murder-suicide killing spree. So they, in respect to his families, they canceled the show in this area because he is from Edmonton, which is where I live. Anyways, let me give you my thoughts on the show. It is a completely different experience than when you're watching it at home on your TV. Let me tell you, when you see it up close, it's insane. Because just to give you guys perspective where I was right behind the announcers, first chairs, second chairs. I was right there. So if you guys watched it, you would have seen me. If you looked for me, like I told you guys to keep an eye out for me. If you looked for me, you would have seen me multiple times. I was on TV, I think 6 times. I'm gonna play it back in a minute here. I have it recorded, and I'm gonna take that footage and maybe make a little video and post it on my second channel, which is DQ8HD. So if you do want to see that, when the video comes up and goes live, I will make a link to it in here. So it'll take me a little while to edit it and everything, but I'm going to make that video, and hopefully it'll get good reception. But anyways, what I'll I was so obvious sometimes. I mean, you can't miss me. My buddy, he got a Kofi Kingston t-shirt, so it was bright green, and I was sitting right next to him, so you pretty much couldn't miss me. But honestly, it was exciting. It was awesome. I gotta tell you, there were a few favorite moments I had. See, I've never been to one, so I didn't know how they did their setup. Now, for the first, I believe it was 45 minutes or so, they did WWE Superstars, which I thought didn't exist anymore, but apparently they're still doing WWE Superstars. So they did 2 matches of that, and all the superstars on that were on the SmackDown show. We're on SmackDown, and that was brief. There was a Daniel Bryan fight. There was a I can't remember if this was I can't remember. There was. I don't recall. I'm sorry. I think it was. Yeah, I think it was on Superstars. There was a Vicky Guerrero came out with the hell's his name? I'm sorry, Jack Swagger, and they had a match with Alex Riley. I'm pretty sure it's SmackDown, but I always forget. But anyways, they had a match there. It was very brief. I thought the show went extinct because the show was short-lived, but apparently it's still going. So that one was live in London, England. So if you guys watched Superstars, that was also in Edmonton as well. And anyway, but once it got to the main event, things started picking up. Like once Raw started, it was crazy because they had all the aprons and the covers for Superstars. You saw millions of guys running out, switching everything about, and then they announced the commentators to come out. They had Josh Matthews, I believe his last name is. Then they had that was for Superstars. Then they had JR come out. They had Michael Cole, and then Jerry the King Lawler come out finally. It was really neat. But then they got to the matches, and you couldn't hear any of the commentary, but I think I'm going to watch it back to see what it was like, maybe get a different perspective, because I think it would be really neat to see that. But at any rate, that was what happened. Now, there was a few of the matches were a little dull, believe it or not. The early matches were kind of dull, nothing too much to them, but regardless, we supported it. There was an early debate with CM Punk and John Cena and Alberto Del Rio. That was kind of interesting. That was one of the spots where you could easily see me. Like I said, I'll post a little mini compilation of where you could see me if you guys are at all interested in that. But anyways, but the highlights of the night. Let me think here. There were a few that I really liked. For example, one of the best matches of the night was the tag team match for the tag team championship with Kofi Kingston and Evan Bourne and against Michael McGillicuddy and David Otunga. That was one of the most exciting matches. Like, if you have not seen Airborne until you've seen it live, it was crazy. The impact was just like, oh my lord, you know, like there's such a reaction from it. Now, a few of the things, you know, the chants were so fun to take part in. You know, there were so many different chants, and there was one particular moment that I loved, and it was when R-Truth and sorry, my mind's kind of at a blank. I got a big headache right now from all the noise from that show. R-Truth and The Miz came out, and they did their thing, and I knew they were going to run their mouths, but it was funny because you know how R-Truth constantly gets, you know, whatted, you know, what, you know, they always chant that, shout that after they say it, and he gets all worked up about it. I have never heard any place ever say what like we did that many times. Like, he was getting pissed off. You couldn't even hear him anymore. It was hilarious. He was trying to say stuff, and him and The Miz were talking about the conspiracy and all that, and we were annoying the hell out of them by saying what all the time, and, you know, just annoying them until I knew it was going to come, but they started making fun of Canada, and I knew that was happening. But it was really funny because they started like mocking us. So like, since you guys do things a little different here, I'll talk a lot slower, you know, things like that. And we're just booing them. You could barely hear anybody until eventually we whatted the hell out of them. And then eventually we got into this huge Canada chant. It was so, like, the whole center was just roaring with Canada, and they didn't know what to say. It was awesome, okay? Like, things like that, you just, like, you know, blow me kind of thing. But also, you know, it got really good, you know, the match between CM Punk and John Cena at the end of the night. Lot of back and forth. It was a very split down the middle, you know, fan base. So I mainly cheered for CM Punk over John Cena, but regardless, they're both great superstars. And there was one point, you know how John Cena always throws his shirt to the crowd? Well, he threw it over to the one side, and if you watched it, you'll know what I mean. What the guy did was, he was a CM Punk fan. He threw the shirt right back in the ring, and John Cena thought he was just, yeah, I don't know, messing around. So he threw it back to him. Guy threw it back in again, and it was so classic. He's like, I don't want it. So CM Punk took his shirt and gave it to him. It was so classic, man. We just laughed so hard about it. I'd never seen any of these things happen. I'll bet if I watched this on TV, I would have had the same reaction, because I've never seen anything like this happen at an event. Now, I don't know when it went off the air, but the match continued at the end of the show. Now, I'm going to warn you now, spoilers right here, if you didn't see it, or if you don't really care, it doesn't matter. Towards the end there, they were determining the #1 contender spot for the WWE to face Alberto Del Rio in the WWE Championship match between CM Punk and John Cena. And, well, John Cena won, but Alberto Del Rio was sitting at ringside, and he came into the ring and started beating the crap out of him. Now, I don't remember, like I said, I'll have to watch it to see where they cut off the air, but they were beating him up, and then eventually CM Punk came back out after he was defeated to save John Cena, because The Miz and R-Truth and Alberto Del Rio were all in the ring taking out Cena, and for the first time CM Punk came out and started beating him. That was a really cool, like, unity, I guess you could say. But regardless, it kept going, the fight went on and on, until eventually Cena raised CM Punk's hand after they were all beaten, they were gone, and for a good, like, 10 minutes, CM Punk just celebrated, and he went around, he high-fived everyone. I managed to high-five him because I was so close, so it was really neat. I got to interact with the superstars like that, but it was a very interesting night. My ears were definitely ringing after, because there was so much noise, so much. It was ridiculous. It's definitely an experience. If you're a fan of that, I definitely recommend you at least do it once. If next time you come to a show, try and get floor seats that close, because it was phenomenal. Like I said, I'm going to post some footage of maybe a bit where we were sitting, just to give you an idea, and where you can see me as well. But I'm going to, I don't know, it's a little late, I might come back to that, but in terms of that, I gotta let you know, I had a lot of fun. Definitely, like I said, if you have never been to one, definitely go, because this is my first ever live event for WWE. I had a great time. I like the fact that I was on TV. I like the fact that we were able to talk back, you know, and our crowd, the crowd we had was so powerful and so dominant with what we were saying that it just made it so awesome. So I really enjoyed it. My head is pounding, you guys. I don't know, it's been bad ever since we got out of that arena because there's so much shouting. So I'm going to have to take off and maybe go to bed because we got some Deus Ex coming up tomorrow. So anyways, if you guys haven't seen it, I recommend you at least watch some sort of a rerun or what. I believe you can watch it on the WWE website or something. There's like, they have a link to it where you can watch it, the past episodes. At least watch it to see me briefly. If you don't want to, I'll post the footage on my second channel once again. That is youtube.com/DQ8HD. I'll put that in the description. There are currently no videos up there, but I'm going to try and start making videos like this, or side random videos, maybe even vlogs, who knows. If that's an idea you guys think I should pursue, definitely let me know, and if you support it, again, let me know. So I'm gonna maybe post my first video on DQ8HD with this and see how it does. So that's it from this episode of Dan's Thoughts for the first ever WWE live event for me. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. Definitely I would do it again. If I could, I'd get even closer, because that was insane. That close. Trust me, you're there, you're like, holy crap, these guys are right here, So anyways, guys, I'm probably going to get to bed because I feel pretty bad right now with the head and everything. It's just, but anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. If you saw me, let me know, because I know I checked my Twitter, and a few people saw me there, so I think that's pretty cool. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for that. When the video goes up, I'll put a link for it on the video and in the description, so you can check it out and, I don't know, see it. In case you're not subscribed, you want to head over there and subscribe, and you'll be able to see that. Once in a while, little videos like that, whenever I see fit. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.